Here are some guidelines for you if you're looking to do a website text for your One World project. A lot of students think that picking a website is an easy option because you can just go to a maker like Weebly or something like that, and simply you can just go and put a few pictures in there and do some cutting and pasting, and hey presto, your project is done. But what we're looking for in a website is something a little bit more sophisticated than that. And where you're in, if you're doing a verse novel or a feature article or something like that, or one of the other texts where you're writing simply one detailed text. With the website, you'll see that it's not good enough to have a home page with a little bit of information. So if we look at this one, which is on water, and this student has established a company that promotes clean water and sanitation for people all around the world. So they've come up with a logo and all that sort of stuff, and they've got lots of nice information here about water and some nice images. None of these you can click on, okay, and but there's some good information, and and it's got some nice ideas there. Some students think that that's sufficient to be presenting a website with a little bit of information and it looks quite neat and tidy. But in reality, what we're looking for you to do is something like this. So you'll notice that there are lots and lots of different pages where the student has gone in and written things, pretending to be the CEO of the company, and setting up a fair bit of detail about what it is that the company stands for, and it's their mission statement. And then if we just click along there, here we see evidence of research that the student has done, and then the student has placed it in their own writing. It's all very nicely presented as well, with lots of thoughtful information. I think causes, is more research, so we don't have to look too much at that one. But let's look at what are we doing. So here we're going to have some information that presents a bit of an idea of where the student is looking at, which country they've researched, and then looking at ways of sort of setting up the premise that we as individuals can make a better world through this company and what they're doing. Then we have, obviously little things about how to sponsor children, and there's a donation form and that type of thing. But the next one's a good one. I think this is where we do a bit of creative writing, and so you're able to come in and you'll see that there's not only one, but there are a couple stories from fictional children where the student has researched the life in Syria and what's been going on, and then done a piece of creative writing around it. Okay, so as you can see, it's quite detailed. The other thing that you'll see is that if we click on these, it gives you a link to the World Vision site, for example. So the student is showing some of the areas that they're getting their information and where they've done their research. Okay, this is all World Vision. So, but that's a nice little link there as well. Okay, so this gives you a clearer picture, I think, of the depth that you have to go to create a website text. It's not just a simple, well, I'll just do a home page. There's a lot of depth behind it. So it involves research, it involves presenting factual information, but it also is very creative and very detailed in what it does. So it involves persuasive writing, it involves factual writing, and it involves creative writing.